For today's assignment, I want you to express fear. Can't wait to see our resident wielder attempt this one. Let's keep comments to a minimum and focus on the art. Get to it. Ooh. Fear. My first instinct here is to draw a little guy who is scared of something. Generational trauma. Ooh, generational trauma. Now that I can do an artistic interpretation of. Theme of the day. Yeah, let's see what colors we have here. Would be really great if I didn't have that momentary lag on my tablet still. I wish I knew what fixed it last time because I still don't know. Okay. I'm thinking plants. Because I tend to think about plants when I am doing art stuff. Anything involving symbolic representation, I tend to float towards using plants and nature. We don't have like a... You know what? There's a lot of greens in this. I wasn't aiming for realism though. I was gonna do something with the colors for symbolism. So, alright, let me just like sketch out what I'm thinking so that it's like... Yeah, okay, that's a flower, fuck it. And we've got like, you know, the like vine stuff. I'm drawing this way bigger than it needs to be. Right? And so it's like this, and it's like it's starting to creep in to the younger generation. It's being passed along, but it hasn't. Is this checking out? Does Mendeleev dream of dying pea pods? Ooh. I feel like I should understand what that is referring to, but it's not clicking. I don't know if flowers are really the best way to... Well... I just like putting flowers on everything. So, that's where my brain is at in terms of doing, like, with this scale, with the tools that we have, with the way that my brain works. Because the general concept would be showing that something is being passed down. Mendeleev made breakthroughs in genetics studying hereditary traits and generations of peas. Neat. yeah, that guy, neat. But yeah, like, the, you know, general imagery with that, you know, it can go like many different ways, but general idea being visualizing of a thing being passed down the line and that thing being not good. Yeah, maybe I would use... Ooh, okay, idea. So it's like, you know, flowers again, because it's me. Hold on. But it's like this one has been watered and it's dripping down on this one. Oh, I didn't mean to change colors. Hold on. And it's dripping down on this one. Just, and it's like starting to... So it's like, you know, there, they have their... The bright color looks too healthy. Okay. Yeah, the color palette is still very much up for debate on this. Yeah. So yeah, let's work out color palette, because I just kind of threw these down. Did I hit on too many undos by accident or something? Because I meant for that to be kind of like that. Yeah, so of the colors available then, what are other suggestions for kind of tweaking this? Because I wasn't really thinking too hard about the color palette, I was just kind of grabbing, but I did kind of feel like this, like fuchsia, magenta kind of color was like, kind of like poisony looking. If that one doesn't get the color and is dying. And then... So if, in this case, you see it for... things other than flowers. Right, which is it referring to? The magenta-y? Oh, like poison type Pokemon. Yeah. So, yeah, so if the last one is not getting the color and is dying, and so if the dripping down between each of them is representing generational trauma, is supposed to be representing like a negative trait, like a negative thing that's being passed down as trauma. What about like the lack of that making the flower die is the thing that I'm not quite getting in terms of how that fits into the image that's being built. Or like the symbolic language here. Being neglected. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think thinking with my big brain. Yeah, I think keep it with it like this for now, just to keep the follow through in the symbolic language clear. But we can definitely change the color of the thing that's being passed down if this is evoking Pokemon more than trauma. We're kind of limited by the palettes that we're given. This, ooh, just dropping my pen again. Because they gave us a bunch of palettes that are like very in the blue-greens. And there's not a lot of variety of like warm colors if we wanted to go warm. And because this drawing is not final, I am gonna back all this off and do actual like flowers that are maybe a little bit less scribbles. Like a dusky pink, like this one. So like this kind of dealy. Hello? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll just, you know, do the big ones that are easy to do because this isn't final anyway. Yeah? Alright, alright. And then the flowers themselves, I was thinking colors same or similar to show that they're all, although showing that they're all kind of hereditary connected to each other, it's like that's what the stem is. They're all growing from the same stem. So similar colors showing that they are not exactly the same. There are differences between them, but they are all passing along the same dealy. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this shit off before I fucking explode the canvas again. Yeah, we do actually, there are 3 oranges, so we could go in the direction of orange for the flowers, or there are a lot of tealy colors that are like really similar, like I'm seeing. Okay, so there's like, oh, those are coming out, they look a lot more saturated over here. So like I feel like those are similar enough to bear a family resemblance, or like that. And then, right, if we're gonna use this, then we gotta see, like, I feel like it almost, like, I don't know, like, clashes with the orange ones, which maybe will make it look better with like the contrast, but I'm feeling like the cool colors is the way to go. Keep it cool, and then maybe we can use a warmer color as the background to kind of make it pop. Just having a little water break, yeah? Okay. And the stem color is less of a concern. I mean, this is the one that I've been using. There's also this one that's like a little more on the muted side. I think the muted one I'm leaning towards. I guess it makes sense that it looks a little better because now I'm seeing it's the same color palette as two of the blues that we picked over here. Yeah, okay. So I think that's good. Fits the teal better, yeah. Okay. So I would normally undo all of this, but I'm gonna just do like a... Alright. So, this would be the first one. So... So I really like the texture that's built up in there. But if I color fill it, that's gonna go away. But also, we only picked one color for each of the flowers. Let's just which do they have in what? Yeah, okay. Leave it white? Yeah, I think I'll leave it as outlines because I like the, you know, this isn't really like a detailed flower, you know, symbolism that's happening. I don't know what kind of flower this would represent. I just kind of wanted this one at the top to be a little bit bigger. But something about the placement of that. Okay. I can like redo this side so it's over a little more, like not quite centered, but a bit like chrysanthemum. Yeah, and then this, because we need some space for like where are the vines gonna go? Yeah, and this one, I mean, is gonna be the smallest just kind of by its nature. This green. I don't want it to be too thick, but I do want it to like have like maybe a little more body than just a single strand line. I don't know. And then, like I'm thinning it out again now, so like I feel like the angle of the stem entering the flowers is kind of wonky. Like with the orientation of the flowers themselves, but yeah, okay, let's go with that. Yeah, so this is gonna be like, and now I'm trying not to like break up like the texture of things too much. Yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking on, I think. Would that serve the symbolism somehow for them to look like chrysanthemums? I don't know. I would have to look up. I don't have like flower symbolism stuff memorized. Whenever I end up falling into that hole, I always do like, I always end up reading a million things. So the angle of the stems. You're so right. That could be used in that way. I guess like like as what am I thinking here? Like as a family continues through generations and those connections are maintained, the eldest connection can become more and more kind of load-bearing in terms of the like generational culture and the enforcement of you know, certain traditions or like things that become generational trauma being passed down. Does that check? Yeah? This guy needs a little more hot action in I'm just kind of like playing with available options in terms of like simulating the like drippiness of things. It's kind of fun to fiddle with in such a manner. That's not what I wanted to happen there. It's not quite it either. It's fine, whatever. Okay, let's get this side. This side hasn't really caught so much, but like... Yeah, see, now this... this is the stuff that I... went to school for, because university, art school and university is all about the idea and the theoretical more so than like the technical stuff. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not really it either. Like there. Okay. I like this one needs like some more that are like a little bit bigger, maybe. Yeah, I feel like I could fuss with the placement of the drips kind of forever. But I think I'll stop at that. Background is the thing now. We left the canvas white and mentioned just kind of like leaving the inside of the flowers white. We could leave the insides of the flowers white and color the background in solid, or keep it with the background and the inside of the flowers with a matching color, and that could be white or that could be another solid. And I'm also wondering, with regards to the symbolic language, if there should be an indication that even the highest generation, like this is material, is being dropped on it from above, too, if that makes sense. Or if this should just be left as an isolated system. Because the thing is, like, I mean, because I feel like a lot of the conditions that create generational trauma in a lot of cases, it comes from systemic conditions on things. So, like, we could add some more up in this corner. I don't know if that'd be like leading the eyes off the canvas though. Because I'm also noticing like the negative space here. I'm wondering just about balance, like how this kind of plays off. But yeah, we'll play with background colors first, yeah. And I can do like, that's too thick. Why are they doing that? Is that enough? I feel like I could add more, but that's, you know, it's a pretty simple representation. Okay, background colors. High contrast would be to go with something warm, generally. Or something really saturated, because we have a lot of very muted colors here. Not a lot of fantastic options out of what we have. I mean, we can try. Look, we use the contrast option from this wheel over here, then we will have used all 4 of the colors on that wheel. So they're supposed to look good together, right? Deep orange? Yeah, let's try that. Because I don't know how I'm sitting with the yellow. That's so weird. I don't think, did that fill in before? Where is that even, why is that doing that? I can fix it later. I feel like this is a little too overwhelming. And the dusty pink color is kind of disappearing into it. Okay, so we try the bright yellow, but what about like a gold? What about this golden? That's really bugging me that keeps filling in. No, it's having almost like the exact same issue, and it's making the stem look really funny. Okay, this one's got a little more green in it. Now it's clashing with the stem. See, that's... This one is just like, it's the one that was in the color wheel for most of the other colors that we used on this painting, which is why it's looking good. Yeah, that one fucking flower petal, there's like it's detecting a weird like gap that doesn't exist for some reason, but that's easy enough to fix, just a little fussy. So I feel like if we're gonna do any background color, it would be this one, just because it's got the least like issues with all of the other colors we have. Well, and then... Okay, first I need to... erase all of the yellow from in here because apparently there's a hole somewhere, even though I have no clue where. I mean, I've been watching it spread. I have an idea of where it's detecting a hole, but it's a stupid place because there is not a hole. Okay. Okay, so now we can actually see. Oh, hold on. It's also... There is actually a gap there, and I will fill that in with blue. There we go. Okay, now. So this is... If we don't color in the flowers, this is it. I kind of like the flowers sticking out in contrast with the background. And I like that the plain white background makes the other colors like jump out of the center a little more. Also, this is just like, I don't know if this is actually gonna look good, but it's... Oh, I do like that more. Okay. Ooh, I'm thinking about the stems again and the symbolism of like each... Here, I'm getting ideas. I'm getting ideas about symbolism. No, that's not it. Hold on. I hate that I have to like do like individual clicks to get like the tiny, when I just want like a really thin line. I know that's like, I'm doing things that this program wasn't really made for, but... Is this checking out? Is this making sense? Something in the corner. What I'm thinking is, because I'm thinking about the stem, and it's like each successive generation is leaning over more and more to try and shelter those below. From all of this. Oh. I'm feeling a terrible emotion called missing art school. Because this was like, this is just kind of it. This is classes. Just doing a whole bunch of, you know, making stuff, but also like, you know, talking about it and shit. And it's been, oh, it has been a while. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit of a slow process because of all of the individual clicks, and I can't just tap because of the way that this paint software works. Oh, that's off by like one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, so is this one. I was kind of hoping I could do this whole thing without having to fuck around with changing my brush color. But... Okay. this one to be just like a little bit higher. How we feeling, folks? I think it's done. I think I like it. I think mission accomplished. Yes, that is scary. That filled it in nicely. Bingo! Ah, I love it when it all comes together. Okay. Okay. All right, let's finish her off. Done? Yeah. All right, brushes down. Let's see your work. Wow. It's so intense, Muffin. You made great use of light yellow here. I'm intrigued by the splash of pink. The shapes are complex. There's a lot to think about. All your fear. I can really feel it. Yeah? You feel this? Radish. What is your issue? What's yours? You're being rude and awful. What did Muffin do to deserve that? Why can't you say something nice? I don't have anything nice to say. I had no idea you were such a jerk. Yeah? I had no idea we were here to be nice. I came to learn. Whoa. It's the fear. It's making your emotions intense. It's not the fear, radish, raisin. It's this crappy school. I'm done. I've had enough. Ooh. Well, let's end the session there. Yes, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate. Yeah, and I believe we just unlocked another quest line as well. Let's end the lesson there. Your piece will go to the Wielder Temple Showcase, Muffin.